did a lot of work in that round, which could have turned it in his favour, but every round so tough to score now.
Yeah, they really are. And out they come again. Bombs away. Jim, how are you reading this one?
Well, I've Selby 1 point up at the moment. And he's boxing well at the moment. These are the tactics we expected to see from him. He's actually pushing Smith back. If he can do that, that will be a shock certainly for the Smith camp if he can push him back.
He landed a good right upstairs, then switched to the body with the left hook. And I think he's got Smith hurt here. But Smith's backing up. And you don't see that very often. I thought he got tagged right at the end of that last round, Smith. He's certainly been caught a couple of times early in this next round as well, round 8.
Selby's turned to southpaw.
Good shot again.
I hope it's not because he's injured the hand. I don't think it is. Now he's back to orthodox again.
But he's having real success here, Selby.
See, I just feel so many of the close rounds, Selby's are the punches that you remember at the end of it. They're long, they're accurate, and they're powerful looking, whereas Smith's up close, kind of spoiling his own work a little bit, just crowding him himself. I love the shot.
Right hand again. Really tasty shot. And Smith is starting to slow. And Selby is starting to grow in confidence. Smith needs to get a response, and quickly. This has not been a good round.
Smith hasn't produced anything like his best form in any of the rounds tonight. Sometimes when you feel that a fighter's not producing his best, then maybe he's losing the rounds, or some rounds he might be doing enough to nick it. But I don't think he's winning this round. This is good stuff from Lee Selby.
Another good single right hand, no head movement. Nothing, and it's finally got him. And he's not getting up from that. He's out cold. Gallagher was in the ring. What a shot. What a performance from Lee Selby. He came in confident and he delivered. And Smith is in some distress here.
Just make sure young Smith is okay here. I think it's as much exhaustion as a tremendous finishing punch. As soon as that punch landed, it was over. Joe Gallagher jumped in. They'll just, as a precaution, they'll keep him lying on his back. I can see him speaking there. He's alert. I think he's just hurt, obviously. He'll be shattered psychologically, of course, but just as a precaution, they'll keep him on his back. They'll have oxygen standing by if it's needed. They're bringing the stool over now, because fighters always want to get up off the floor as soon as they can. But there are no signs of alarm. But
yeah,
the medics there, yep.
That's great.
Looks as though he's
good
okay.
To see. Good to see, and they put him on a stool. Well, there were signs that he was wearing down there. I think it started right at the end of the previous round when a really good left landed from Selby. Selby kept up the pressure in that last round, but the finish was sublime.
Yeah, well, Selby came out as if he knew. He started backing Smith up for the first time, moving forward with his punches. Tactics were the same as they were all through the fight. He was throwing big punches. Every single punch he was looking for it to be a finisher. That must have shocked Smith. It must have shocked his camp. It was the opposite tactics to what they were expecting. But suddenly he just looked stronger. He looked more experienced, and he took complete charge. I was still shocked when the ending came. It was a one-punch finish, but a tremendous performance from Lee Selby. Shock to everyone.
Smith looks okay, and that's great news. That's what we want to see. But I tell you, the unsung star of this one for me is the fellow just patting Smith on the back there. Tony Borg, the trainer of Lee Selby, got his tactics spot on. Well, let's look at that finish again. He wore him down slowly, and then when he was ready for the finish, did he deliver?
No, Smith was reckless all the way through. It was too easy to catch with punches, and boom! Shot caught him a little bit high, which scrambles the senses. And when you're really becoming exhausted as well, look at the way the legs collapsed from under him, and Selby standing over him, which we don't particularly like to see. But he knew with the force of that shot and the way Smith went down to the floor, it was over. So a little bit of bravado there, which you can't really blame him for.
And of course Paul Smith in his dressing room will have been watching this as well. The other brothers are watching it, and there's Paul, and and he would have known. immediately that that was good night.
Yeah, well, he has to pick himself up. He has his own career to think about. But what a performance. He came to win a couple of titles here tonight. Nothing was going to budge him from that. I feel sorry for Smith. He didn't produce his best form at any time, but a lot of that was because he wasn't allowed to. Selby came with totally different tactics to what was expected. Macho all the way through, out-fought Smith. But then you can see the difference in the faces, the damage that it's done. Tremendous performance from Lee Selby.
It was interesting talking to Chris Sanagar, his manager, just there on the left. He said he's a cocky kid sometimes. He's got to back it up and deliver. I think he's got some talent.
Ladies and gentlemen,
at
2 minutes 4 seconds of round 8, the fight has been stopped. The winner by technical knockout, and the new British and Commonwealth featherweight champion from Barry in Wales, Lee Selby.
And nobody can argue with that. He's getting generous applause.